So does anyone know what's going to happen 2 weeks from now? We are about to start Lent, Ash Wednesday, and it's time to make a plan. I don't know about you, but often Lent catches me off guard because it just kind of springs on us from nowhere. In the Eastern rites of our church, they have a whole pre-Lenten season where gradually they ease their way into Lent. So one Sunday they stop eating meat. The next Sunday they stop eating cheese and dairy products, all the things they're going to fast from during Lent itself. In the extraordinary form of our Roman rite, there's this season called Septuagesima, 3 weeks or 2.5 before Lent, where we'd already be in purple vestments, we'd stop singing Alleluia, to kind of put our minds into making a game plan so that we're not caught off guard. But for those of us who are in the ordinary way of things, consider this your alert. Start making a plan. You know, for us, Lent is a lot like what God was doing with Noah. It's a time of purification. And so what God did for the world as a whole during that great flood, he can do for us individually during Lent. You notice that it rained for 40 days. And for us, this 40-day journey is also so purifying. But like so many things in life, the fruitfulness of it will come in proportion to the effort and the planning that we put into it. So let us strive in these days as we get ready for Lent to build a spiritual ark for ourselves through prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Those will be the things that build up our ark and get us through 40 days. Prayer, what can we do to draw closer to God? We know, as St. Teresa says, that prayer is nothing other than lifting of the heart and mind to God. It's conversation with the Most High. But what specific times are you going to pray? What specific prayers are you going to do? Do you pray the rosary? Do you do meditation, mental prayer? Do you think of the readings of the gospel and place yourself in the scene and use that to enter into conversation with Christ? Do you make a morning offering? Do you give God your day when you wake up? Do you make an examination of conscience at night, thinking back in the presence of Christ over how the day has gone? Where has he blessed you? Where did you respond to his grace? Or where did you fail to recognize that he was with you? All of these tools are so valuable. And during Lent, we can maybe take something that we're not doing yet. And if we do it faithfully for 40 days, that's the real beginning of a good habit. So prayer is one way we can build that spiritual ark. What about fasting? You know, fasting is where we deprive ourselves of some good of the earth that we enjoy in order to discipline our will so that we can exercise our freedom more faithfully. You know, many people give up chocolate for Lent, and that's nothing to scoff at, because if that's something you really enjoy, then you will feel that absence. And by choosing to abstain from it, you're growing stronger in your will so that when an illegitimate temptation comes along, you'll have the power to say no. So what will you be giving up in terms of food? And we know that we're only required to fast 2 days out of the year, Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. But what can we do to be generous with God in terms of fasting? So that's another thing. Also, almsgiving, where we provide for the need of others out of our own surplus. God has distributed the many goods of the world unevenly so that we can share, so that those who have less can be brought up through our own love. And our own almsgiving is really just a reflection of how much we have received from God. So thinking back over the course of the past year, how many blessings God has given you, how can you bless someone else in their need out of what you yourself have received? Again, it doesn't have to be something big, but everything that we do out of love for God ripples down through eternity and touches people's lives and our own in ways that we often don't even recognize at the time. Lent is coming. Make a plan.